Hi there, and welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about one of the most frequent questions lately I've been getting is what size brush do I use? And what about the different kinds of brushes? So I thought this would be a good time to show you everything that I'm using here in my studio and try to clear up some of the mysteries about brushes. Here's what I have here. I laid them all out with the different categories and different designs and what they do. Here are my gesso brushes. They're made specifically for gessoing because they're extra thick and they really take a beating. All right, perfect for putting gesso on your canvases or paper. These are what I draw with. These are called filberts. And they're great for line drawings and general small painting too, like that too. So they're small, little rounded end, perfect. Then we have the flat ends, and they're called, coincidentally, flats. And they're great because you can do wide shapes, and on the edges, you can put thin lines in there. Very versatile. Most artists have these because they work so well. And what is this? It's called a bright. Kind of a funny name. It's just a shorter version of these. And I use the brights because they're easier for me to put on and make patterns. Very rigid, beautiful, good for checkerboards. Over here, the popular chunking bristles. And they're stiff, they're strong, they're durable, and they take a beating. And they're not for the gentle painter. These are for the more rigorous painters. All right, so now you know. And they come, look at these sizes, fantastic. When the painting is dry, we want to use a soft brush to put on the varnish. And these are called wash brushes because they are soft and they won't leave any lines in of the varnish in your painting. That's a lot of information right there, but I hope that clears up a whole lot of the mysteries of what brushes are used for. There's a whole lot more information about brushes and their designs and the hair that they have. I get all that information. Here's a cheap joke catalog, but most catalogs, art catalogs, will have a brief explanation of all the different kinds of brushes they have. Oh my gosh, there's like 35 pages of information of the different kind of brushes. So I highly recommend it. It's a great education. Just look at a brush in the catalogs and read all the instructions. That should clear things up. So I made it kind of simple for me to understand. I use very few brushes. I don't use that many brushes. I have a lot of them and I don't throw them away. But let me show you some things, what I do in my studio to make it more comfortable for me to hold the brush all day long. And one of the things I'm going to suggest what not to do. And here's another studio tip, things that I do here in my studio is I get this question, why do I put all this tape on the ends of my brush handles? Well, if I had to hold on to this all day long, my hand cramps up. So by making the handle larger and fatter, I can relax. Look, perfect, right? Every one of my handles I make fatter. Sometimes I even put more tape down here by the ferrule. Just because I like the whip action. It adds more weight to it. Again, holding this all day long, it's a lot easier to paint, especially when my hand is more relaxed, holding on to this. What I use is black tape, real thick Gorilla type tape, right? Wrap it around a couple times. Wrap it around until it starts to feel comfortable. It may not look pretty, but boy, does it ever feel good. I don't even have to waste any energy squeezing the bejeebies out of this little stick, right? Another question, why do I put this tape, this fluorescent tape on my brushes? Between you and me, it's so I can find them. They kind of glow in the dark. I can find them. Let me show you one more thing that I do. When the brushes come from the brush store, they look like this. See how skinny they are right here? Short, skinny brushes. That doesn't work for me. What I like to do, just to stay loose and not so tight, I put long twigs and sticks on a normal brush. Lots of black tape, fat handles. Here's a bamboo. Actually, no, this is a drumstick. Twigs from all different sizes. Sometimes I do a double back twig. Crazy, right? It has a nice spring action. But notice I still put tape on these. Makes them longer, right? What I really like about it, it keeps me really loose with a fat handle, and it keeps me from putting my nose up against the painting. Now, I don't paint like this. It doesn't work for me. Works for other people, but for me, I like the looser style. And I love the energy and the fun of painting. And by doing that is to get out of my comfort zone, so to speak, and be out of control. And the way I get out of control is I take these long paint brushes, paint like that. I happen to like the energy of that kind of work, and it keeps me energized all day long. Now let me just show you something you shouldn't be doing. Now I know many of you in your studio like to take coffee cups, granddaughter gift, and put all your pencils and thin brushes in them, and that's a very good way of storing them. But then the problem becomes this. I see you do this all the time. Oh my gosh, putting all these brushes, overstuffing this bouquet of brushes in one little can. You know what's gonna happen. That happens all the time. That's the problem. Here's the solution. Get 3 cans like this, like tomato juice or soup cans, large ones, not skinny ones. Tape them together, 3 of them. See how easy that is? It's not going to fall over. And you can put the biggest bouquet of brushes in there and it won't fall over. Well, that's the solution anyway. It's a simple little thing. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed this BobBlast. This was a fun one, you know. What I do in my studio with my brushes, I don't throw any brush away. And you know, although you display all of those brushes, how many brushes do you really paint with? 4. So I don't display my brushes, I just keep them in boxes away from me. And I only put on the table what's going to serve me for that painting, just those 2 to 3 brushes, not billions of brushes. And I know you got them. Hey, thanks again for watching this one. This was a fun BobBlast. I hope you've had a great time. And thanks for sharing. You know, we got a lot of them. Share them with your friends, and they're free. Yay, they're free. See you on the next BobBlast. Hey, I'm Bob Burridge, and I'm dreaming about my next workshop in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, having this coffee early in the morning, sitting on my veranda, looking at the ocean. It's one of my favorite places to go. It's Casa de la Artiste, and you've heard me talk about this. This is a house that we go to, and we stay there, we sleep there, we eat there, we paint there, and just looking over the ocean. It's fantastic. Go to my website so you can see all the details. But remember, it's in January, so hurry up and sign up. I'll see you there.